guys, what is going on? Hello. Welcome to Wall Street Wednesday. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Man, what a day so far, huh? What a day so far for the indices. Man, we saw an absolute massacre for like the first hour, almost hour and a half. And Nasdaq just made a new high today. Crazy. But where is our low of the day? Where would that happen to be? What are these? What did I go over yesterday in the PM session about Nasdaq, about NQ? NQ never took London's low. And I said I wouldn't want to long, with that. Now, obviously, price rallied and made a new high of day. All right, great. Wasn't a part of that. But look where our low of the day is. That very level I outlined yesterday. That's pretty cool. This morning at, I don't know what time it was. I think it was 8:26 or 36. Sorry. That was after the open. At 8:36, I think it was Electric, right? Bruce, that was in the Discord, and posted about NQ. And I, said something later following that post about NQ, and I said weakness at the open and something about remember data liquidity, something like that. So our 7:30 1 minute candle is here, and then we made a low at 7:31 and we launched heading into the open of the equities. So that level is 18,730 and a half. Okay. So why would I be specific? Why would I tell you 8:36? Because you have that, my friends. Imbalance here. Created on the way towards liquidity. On the way to liquidity. Look at that shit. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh, we did kind of meander around a little bit in here. I'll give you that. But we got closer and closer and closer until finally it just gave up. Sent right for the data lows. No response. Continued lower. Small imbalance here. Price could not get past that. Couldn't do it. What does that mean? Well, it means that that's a weak market, and then we run for the lows that I gave you yesterday. So that's what that looks like. So saying stuff in the Discord way up here, I gave you that level, right? I didn't give you the lows down here, but again, I gave you those lows yesterday. And if you don't put them on your chart, that's your fault. That's your fucking fault. Okay, what about ES? What's the low of day on ES? Oh, I don't know. I remember John on YouTube, and he was saying some bullshit, and then he pointed out the difference between Friday's low and Monday's open. He said that was the weekend gap, right? So from 54.19 and a half to 54.10, right? Well, what the fuck is our low of the day? Oh man, I didn't write those levels down. Again, that's your fault. Don't be a bozo. Look at the outline. Look at the levels that I give you beforehand. That was yesterday. Hell, it might have even been on Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember what day it was. Might have been both. Who knows? But either way, I gave them to you. Said, look at those lows. Well, those are your levels there. And on a 15-minute or a 1 hour, you might not know what that is. Like, whoa, that looks fucking weird. Right. But again, where's our low of day? Right in there. Right in there. I didn't trade this, but I will show you. You remember the other day? This was last week, by the way. I think. Yeah. So it was Wednesday where Nasdaq traded just shy of a old gap. And I told you that was an untapped gap. And then Thursday came up into it. And you remember how it formed an inversion within that? Do you guys remember that? Of course, John. I fucking always remember shit. Always remember shit. I hope so. I hope so. Because if you did, there's an inversion inside the daily gap. Oh my. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. That's insane, isn't it? Imbalance expected to go lower, but we're again inside that weekend gap. Then we trade through it. And then somehow magically, we trade one tick right back into it. Yeah. Now, again, in hindsight, yeah, probably that would have been cool, but I was looking at other shit. But that's what that looks like. So, there's an example of an inversion that you already know about. So let me be more clear. Let me be more specific. Last week, I showed you what? An inversion inside of it was either a daily gap or a weekend gap. It was one of them. I think it was a daily. You just got another one. An inversion inside of a daily time frame, but this was a weekend gap. Because remember, Fridays closed to Sunday, Mondays open. That was here. Okay? That's disgusting. That's dirty. That's absolutely fucking dirty. That's filthy. Like, that should be in a horror movie, dude. Look at it. Look where that's at on the day's range. That's damn near 100 points ago. Can't do math. Let's figure it out. 80 something points ago. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. That's fucking insane. It's insane. So, anyway. And then at the end of the AM session, in the way that I view it, we trade back up. We have a bullish imbalance here that does what? It overlaps over here. See that? So you have another inversion here. So we have an inversion on the 1 minute at the weekend gap. You have a 5-minute inversion here at 10:55. And we launch for, we haven't made a new high day, but I am willing to bet that we would. Because think about it. Anyone who was short this morning, great. But most of you should know there's no free lunch on Wall Street. So they're going to come back for your cookies. So it looks like they're about to do that. Okay. So now that we got enough people on here, I guess I'll do the intro real quick while we watch ES for a little bit. And then, I'm a little bit surprised with the Dow today because we absolutely ripped, right? We ripped. And I was looking at these highs here and I didn't think we would come. I thought we were going to leave that open for a little while. And, well, that's what I get for assuming. So we have a bunch of clean highs here too. So, but that's where we are at so far on the day. Okay. Who was first? Is that Felix? I think was good. Felix, Natasha, G, Marvelous, Electric, Naruto Broadway, Hell's Pawns 7299. Welcome, and I pinned your message. Appreciate the help over there. Was good. Jonas, Edgar, Stephanie, Jordan D, Flacco, Willow, Lucas, Convicted Capitalist, Cody H, 2020, Zogjo, Carlos T, Marshall, and anybody else that I might have missed. Alex C, Fortune, Grauberg. Hello. Oh, I forgot. Oh no, I did put that on here. If you look at the bottom right over here of your screen, right above where it has my social medias, the current active memberships is 174, but there was 4 re-sign-ups today. Like if you, I guess if you let your membership expire, right, and then you sign up again, like that's what it kind of shows me. It's like a rejoin is what it says. And so as of today or yesterday's data, I guess we have 174, but 4 rejoined today. So theoretically it should be at like 178. Okay, but that doesn't include someone who might cancel their sub today or tomorrow. So that's why the numbers are kind of skewed. But in other words, I'm pretty sure we hit our goal of 175, but we won't know until tomorrow. So we will get that figured out, which is pretty cool, you know. So I haven't done a giveaway in a while. I feel like giving away some stuff. So, you know, I guess we'll do that. I guess we will do that. So, Lucas, it probably would have been Nasdaq for all the reasons I've already talked about. For the lows from yesterday that were left open, and the fact that we took Tuesday's high as well. So that was really, really clean, in my opinion. And then there's an up candle right here. Some more up candles that price never really pushed past before trading lower. So I like the target of the lows down here, but the news would have been enough for most of you. So, because obviously there's much more than a 1 to 2 in here from up here, or even like a late entry on that 1 minute up candle. So you don't need the entire move, but you know, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, right? So that's what the focus has been. And what's really interesting is a lot of you are posting better results the last couple of weeks. And I don't know if it's just because you guys are just getting more experience and understanding, or if it's just because you've been taking the 1 to 2s and it's just been growing the accounts and that's it. I don't know. It's hard to tell, you know, but in either way, the community is moving in the right direction. More members, higher retention. Oh, the retention's fucking nasty. The MLM could never replicate what I do here, what we do here, really. And I fucking stand on that. Fuck you. Okay. But people are winning. People are getting funded. People are getting withdrawals. Like, come on, bro. Fucking love it. I love it. So, anyways. Due to the election year, because NQ had low resistance lows on the time frame in this context, NQU and NQ on the weekly time frame, we can see that NQ took the weekly low on the left, well, NQU 2024 did not. What are your thoughts on this? So, G, when there's a difference in the contracts, that does mean certain things. There's context there. And although you might see NQ front running contract have taken those lows and say NQU didn't, because I'm pretty sure that's where we're at the moment. for what I've been showing you, right? So 17,338.75 down here. I can't do fucking math. September, I think it's supposed to be the third Friday. So rollover might be next week. And the front running contract that you're looking at might be the December contract. So if December took that low, that's fine. This one hasn't. If we look at the triple Qs, for example, the lows don't match up either here, right? So the triple Qs don't really have equal lows here. Okay. I still think there's liquidity there in the same way that JP Morgan does. So, and I could be wrong. Okay. And that we'll just go ahead and do this too. That'll bring me over into the Dow. Okay. What did I point out earlier this week? Remember this gap and that old gap here too? What's our low of the day for the Dow Jones? Look at that. What's our low of the day? The low end of this gap, which you already knew about. It's on your daily time frame. It's been there since fucking August 15th and August 16th and beyond. It's been there, you know? I just recently brought it to your attention the other day, Friday or Monday of whatever day it was, but I brought you over into DJI. I said, yeah, we got this shit over here. That was met into today beautifully, just beautifully. Too clean, too clean. I mean, bagged at 3% day. Very nice. What's good, Gene? We got to get you a sniper badge. We got to get you a membership. We got to get you. What's good, Iberneth? Shorted NQ today, and an ES was no good entry, in my opinion. You guys keep saying there's like not an entry. There wasn't an entry, John. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Let me take a look. Honestly, you might actually have a point because NES was a little bit sloppy in here, and I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But the only thing in here is a really late imbalance, in my opinion. And that's it. It's at 838. So what's special about that? What's special about that? 838. That was when Nasdaq was trading into this. And ES was a lot closer to the news low. So arguably ES was the better short because it was weak, right? That was your entry there. So put that in your notebooks. Okay. Weak markets don't give deep retracements. You know that too. You already know that too. What else is your goal except getting us funded / profitable? Honestly, that's it, bro. Like, that's it. You know, getting funded, matter of fact, you guys getting funded isn't actually a goal, believe it or not. If you've ever paused the videos, okay, if you've ever read the risk disclaimer, most of you probably haven't. I know how it is. I don't read most of them either. Most people don't. But if you watch a video and you pause it, and towards the bottom, there's one of the things in the risk disclaimer is that I don't promise that you'll become profitable. And I don't promise that you'll pass a funded challenge or whatever. So I don't promise that. When you guys do that, you do that entirely on your own. I'm not going to pressure you to, hey, go get funded so I can promote our community more. You don't have to do that. Matter of fact, you can get funded and not even tell anybody. You don't have to tell me. It's your career, But what I wanted to do, okay, is what we've been doing. There was a lot of, and now you sent me down this fucking rabbit hole again. the MLM industry, okay, I was severely limited in what I was able to show and not show, or tell and not tell, kind of thing. We couldn't do shit like risk reward or compounding interest, or I couldn't show you profits, which I still don't. I can't talk like the whole funded companies. We couldn't even bring that shit up. There was so many limitations to what I could do as an educator, and it was very disheartening. And there was a lot of things I said that if you guys read between the lines, you would have understood. Because I told you things without telling you things. But what I wanted to do was build a community of traders, entrepreneurs, business owners, whatever, all that stuff, and just be able to trade. Have a good time, bounce ideas off each other, take good trades or take fucked up trades and figure out what went wrong and to get better and to, make order out of chaos, right? But at this point, it's just scaling. It's just scaling now. That's it. There's no, super complicated, crazy shit that I want to do with this. So that's really about it. It's a great question, though. Kind of caught me off guard, but unlike politicians, I'll actually answer your question. And that's enough about, all the debate and all that bullshit from yesterday. Alberto said, just joined today. Best investment ever. Alberto, how did you join today and your sniper is green? How the fuck? What's happening there? When taking late entries, do you also reduce your risk? If I enter late like that, I usually reduce risk, but sometimes not always. Or I'll just have to let it pass and just let it go without me. So, but that's how you do that. That's how you can read ES and NQ together. You can trade ES based off of what NQ is doing, or vice versa. You could trade ES based on what NQ is doing. It's very hard to teach, but I've already shown you how to do it. I just showed you a minute ago, right? ES was in a 1 minute imbalance, and it was way closer to its data lows than the highs, whereas Nasdaq was closer to its highs. So to me, based on price, right, ES was weaker. So that imbalance was shortable. If that makes sense. So being funded is the easiest part. Living off the money is the hard part. Well, if you've scaled enough, yeah. But since the beginning, I've always said that it's better to have multiple streams of income. But you're right. It's fucking difficult. And that's why I don't recommend people to quit their jobs as soon as possible. You got to put up at least 6 months to 12 months of living expenses. That means not in your trading account. That means like being able to be liquid to say, okay, I can pay for whatever for the next 6 months to a year. Okay, we can give, full-time trading a try. But if you know, get funded, you get fucking 50,000 or whatever, 100K funded account, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go fire my boss now. You know, John told his boss to fuck off. I didn't tell him that, but you know, I've told you the story about me quitting 100 times, right? And it's like, oh, I want to do that too. And it's like, well, you guys have to understand, you set yourself up for that, and it takes a long time to do that. But you're right. I would agree. Oh, I joined months ago, but wasn't able to renew. Maybe it carried over from the previous. Okay, I don't know. Was good, Wes Brooks. Welcome to the community. I see you got the bronze sniper. Same with Fortune, right? So we got some newer folks in here. You love to see it. You love to see it. Where do you keep that sort of cash, John? Ain't it painful having it sit in the bank doing fuck all? Well, first of all, I've only got, I have right around 5 figures in the bank. Everything else is spread out everywhere else. So you know, not that I didn't want to get into this today either, but I would say the most I would ever have, I would want to have in like a checking account would be between 5 to 10K. So sure, I'm not trading with that money, or you know, it's not sitting in like a savings account or whatever, right? But between 5 to 10K, I think, is a pretty good sweet spot for emergencies, for car repairs, or maybe it's fucking hot and you need to go buy a generator, or maybe your AC goes out, so you got to go buy a portable air conditioner, right? That's thousands of dollars. It's like, fucking go swipe it, right? That's the only reason for that. Between, and again, I'm not like trying to brag or anything, because 5 to 10K is not a lot of money, but you know, 5 to 10K, you're not looking at the prices when you go to the restaurants. Oh, $20 dish, $30 dish. Who fucking cares what it costs when you got almost 5 figures just literally at the swipe of a, you know what I mean? But everything else is everywhere else. Accounts, metals, whatever, assets, multiple trading accounts, all that shit. It's not, Carlos. 5 to 10K in the grand scheme of things is not a lot of money. You can't get a new roof with that. So but I'm just saying, like, you asked me what it is that what I do. So that's where I keep it, between 5 to 10. Anything above 10 to me is too much. Anything below 5K is too little. You know? So maybe like 6, 7, 8, 9, but then once you get near 10, it's time to dial it back, you know? So again, this is just my personal preference. Oh, look at that. That's funny. Been seeing your chart post on Facebook for some time and thought I would finally check out the YouTube. Oh, welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Appreciate that. Did you ever brag to people about making money with trading? I did. I was an asshole my first couple of years. Yeah, I was in chat. I think I've told you guys this before. I was in chats and I would fade people. And then when 5 or 6 of them would lose and I'd win, I'd be like, haha, you know. And people don't like that shit. People don't like that. But yeah, I did it. I don't recommend it at all. I was young too. I was stupid. I was stupid, very stupid. But the money if you get to making good money, okay, you're better off not telling people. Okay, if you want to go out and buy something nice, buy something nice. But you don't have to like brag and be an asshole about it. You want to go buy a car? Go buy a car. Or some shoes or some clothes, or, you know, if you have a significant other you want to go buy jewelry for, just fucking buy it. But you don't have to post it or, you know, do nothing like that. You can do whatever you want, but you're gonna realize that a lot of people that you think are for you are not for you at all. They'll be shocked though. They'll be shocked as fuck. But yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way to do that anymore. And yeah, Eli, that's another big point too. 3 to 5 business days, right? I mean, now a new roof or something, or like car repairs, 3 to 5 business days isn't that bad because your car's gonna have to sit at the mechanic shop anyway, you know, and new roof, that's gonna take a couple days for somebody to come out there too. So like that's fine. But again, if the power goes out or your AC goes out and it's fucking 100 degrees outside, you got to run to the store and go grab a portable AC or 2 portable ACs, maybe even 3. You know, that's going to run you a couple $1,000s. You just swipe that bitch and go home, set your shit up and be fine. But yeah, waiting 3 to 5 business days to get your AC fixed. You're going to be sitting in your sweat for 3-4 fucking days in America. God, that's horrible. That does not sound fun at all. So let's see if we can. It's 12:36. Let's see if we can finally get this spike up here. I've kind of been waiting for that. And I've been talking to you a lot, kind of just been bullshitting a lot too. I don't even know what the upside would be for Nasdaq other than these levels up here. So that's still about 150 points or so away. I don't know if we're going to get that. But again, ES has not followed suit with Nasdaq, and that's what I'm trying to wait for here. Just so you know. I was looking at gold earlier, but gold hasn't been really doing things that I would want it to do. That's good, Carlos. That's good. If I was 21 again, I would do most of the things I did financially wise, learning how to trade, saving money, all that shit. You want to do that. Being broke, like not having any money at all, it just puts you in such a bad place. It really does, dude. It puts you in such a, you're so susceptible to anything, any minor inconvenience, and you're fucked. Oh, I need new tires. You're toast. Oh, my radiator went out. You're toast. Oh, the SMS membership's coming up. You're fucking toast when you're broke. But when you actually build up an emergency fund and months worth of living expenses, you're fine. Right? Emergencies now become minor inconveniences, is what Dave Ramsey said. It's not always fun, but that's what it does for you. That's the whole purpose of a emergency fund. It's for emergencies. But people like to live on the edge for some reason, and I don't understand that at all. Because when I was, let's say, 16, 17, this was like 14 years ago, 15 years ago, I lived that life. I was like, this sucks. Can't go out to eat, can't do shit, you know, can't buy Netflix, can't buy new clothes. You know, And of course, you know, women don't want broke men either, for the most part, you know? So it's like there are so many aspects to your life that just blow when you have no money. So anyway, I don't know how we got here. I've just been talking to you, still trying to watch this, see if we get this spike up here or not. Alberto, I don't like traveling. It's not comfortable. There it is. There it is. Nice little spike above the highs. Look at that. That's kind of cool. ES playing catch up here. So Dow is the only one who hasn't. And it still might, but just look at this whole thing. Looks like I got a big old cup and handle here, don't it? Don't it? You know what that is. But I guess Dow will be our laggard, the slowest of the slow. Still red. But yeah, I don't like traveling at all. I really don't like doing shit, to be honest. Lucas, what you need to go do is look at the playlist. I literally have playlist on trading psychology. I have a book and there's a chapter on trading psychology. And I don't know how many book recommendations I've given out over the last 4 or 5 years. That's all trading psychology too. You silly goose. Yeah, every time you tell somebody about your positive trading progress, you end up screwing it up, yeah. Because you've now set a standard. Oh, how's that trading going? Shit, you see me post every fucking week. Every week. But I didn't used to be like that. I used to only post every once in a while. Now I post shit damn near every fucking day. That's because I've been doing this for a very long time. But when you're a beginner and you try to portray to people that you're successful when you're not, you've now set that standard. So your average performance isn't your highest performance. But now you've projected to people that your highest performance is your average. Does that make sense? So like if you take one really, really good trade and you post it, people are automatically going to assume that you do that all the time. And so you're going to try and catch up to that. I need to take a good trade. I need to post. I need to show people that I'm worth it. You don't have to show people shit. You don't have to show anybody shit. Fuck them. With all due respect. Your results are your results. And the more you try to do that, it's not good. Okay? Now, for me, when I'm, showing shit like, remember I told you about those yesterday, or I'm putting tweets on the charts and stuff. Well, I'm an educator. I'm educating. And I'm doing a little bit of marketing too. Not that much, but, I run a community here. So I do that because I have that standard, though. I can call trades every week. I do call trades every week before they happen. But again, I'm in year 10, not month 10, year 10. So I've built up to that. But my first 2 years, I was not doing that. I wasn't even close to doing that. But I'm pretty sure we're going to have a pretty boring PM session here. I want to take a look at gold for a second too. Because it was very just janky to me. And this is why. So we have lows down here at the 28.9 level for the gold futures for GCZ, the December contract. So we had these lows here, great. And with the news this morning, we launched Imbalance, and then it looked like it was getting ready to take that, and I had an alert there, and then we never did. It's like, okay, well, what the fuck? And on that time frame, like a 5-minute time frame, that became lows that swept, and then we traded higher. So I'm like, well, okay, well, what the fuck? Like, what am I supposed to do with that? And now it's just, we did trade higher, and then now we're just back in the range. So I have no idea what this wants to do. But now we have multiple sets of lows. We have lows here, and now here, and then we still have the 25.13 or 13.9 level down here. So I'm not going to trade gold this afternoon, but I'm just trying to give you what I was looking at earlier. So I'm watching indices, I'm watching gold, and this is rough in my opinion. So yuck. Very yuck. I'm just catching up on the chat real quick. Right, Mason. They don't show you the losses. So when I tweet for the public or when I say something in the Discord, it's there. I'm either going to be right or wrong. And you'll see I'm wrong from time to time. But a lot of these levels seem to hit pretty well. So maybe study that. Maybe study that. Yeah, Stephanie. It's interesting. I've actually never been robbed. And I don't suggest it because I have safety measures for that. I definitely don't suggest that. So, unless you want to be turned to Swiss cheese, but I don't recommend it. Lucas, I'm not sure. It's not too much though. It's not, I'm not over leveraged in silver. Have the markets ever robbed me? Oh God, of course. Of course, but that's why you manage risk, right? That's why we manage risk, right? Definitely seeing some expansion here. So let's see, our Dow is getting ready to yoink that. And this looks like dog shit. So that should be met here in just a moment. And then NQ would not be too far off from this gap up here. So hopefully you guys are watching it, by the way. Yeah, Alberto. NQ really took out the low resistance highs of Thursday. Yeah. Well, we took Friday's high. How far can we go above a high? A gap. The gap up here. Now, we've already traded into that, and of course, but that's why I said this earlier. I don't know what the target would be other than these levels up here. And you notice how we've pretty much rallied straight up for those. Study that. Literally, dude, I gave it to you on the live session. I didn't give you an entry or anything. Hell, I don't know what the fucking entry would have been. You know? For me, it's very hard to justify such late entries. It is hard for me to justify that. What did you say, Ricky? 10 a.m.? Yeah, like down in here. There's some business in there. But Yeah, I'll give it a few more minutes and we'll hop off of here. Yeah. I'll probably take the rest of the day because this, I don't know what to do with this here. Inverted gap on triple Qs. Only buy NQ. Below the previous day's low. NQ was the sweep and ES held structure. How much do you use structure in your trading? Bro, structure is overrated. Overrated. Liquidity and shifts in order flow, shifts in price delivery will wipe the floor with all that. That's why I pointed out the 1 minute inversion inside the weekend gap here. Now, sure, you could argue, oh, well, there's a break of structure somewhere. Yeah. Sure. But where did that occur, though? The weekend gap. So the break of structure was subservient to the weekend gap, not the other way around. And again, I'm trying to give you the importance of the inversion that is within the gap. Okay. That's what I gave you last week for Nasdaq as an example. And I'm giving you this as an example, right? To study that. What time did that occur? 10:01 and 10:02. This down candle traded into or above that at 10:03. The next candle trades where? Back into this down candle. Launch, imbalance, launch, down candles, launch. Okay? So study that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But I don't look at structure. I don't know how most people who do look at structure like that would look at it, but I'm going to tell you the same thing I told you last week. Let's say you waited for that. Let's say, right, because there's a high here, and then this is like consolidation, and then we break that high here. Okay, great. And you played an imbalance. So you're going to get in at what? 54.28 at best, 54.26 or 27. Okay, great. That inversion is at 54.18. So I'm already what? Hell, I can't do fucking math. I'm already 6 points deep. I'm already $300 a contract in by the time you're entering. Do you see? You see my point? Break of structure is overrated. Shifts in price delivery will wipe the floor with that every time. Every time. Every single time. Okay? Same with liquidity, right? Traded above an old high. I gave you that 1 minute imbalance 2 minutes beforehand. I told you about the news liquidity, and then these lows I gave you yesterday, right? So you would have been shorting near the high of day down to the current low of day. All right. And obviously we made a new high of day, but I'm just saying, look where that's at in the swings. You're catching the bulk of the move, and break of structure will not do that for you. Not in the same capacity as this. if that makes sense. But if you like breakup structure and you use it and it works, great. Keep using it. But you'll see where the best entries are, and structure ain't it. And no, not even higher time frame structure. Look what I did with JP Morgan. JP Morgan might be having a green day today, dude. Fucking bullshit. Not really, but it's flat. Okay, whatever. It's flat. Okay. So where's your structure on a weekly time frame? What about your structure on a daily? Is it here? I don't know where it would be. Is it here? Is it that low? Is it this one? I'm not sure. I guess if you use that one, it didn't close below it. It did trade through it though. So how do you look at breakup structure? Does it have to close below a certain point, or does it just have to trade through it by a certain point? You know? I don't know. There's different rules when it comes to structure. Are you using the candles low, or are you using the bodies? You know? But a shift in price delivery is very specific, and I don't give you ambiguous interpretations or interpretations where there's a dozen different ways of doing it. Oh yeah, change of character. Ugh. I don't know who started that stupid shit, but whatever. I don't look at none of that. I'm already in before any of that shit happens. Okay? And it makes me sound arrogant when I say shit like that, but it's true. Mark up your inversions, mark up your daily and weekend gaps, and then mark up your breakup structure, and you tell me what's better. I promise you, you're not gonna look at breakup structure the same. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, a shift in price delivery is way better. Yeah. Why do you think I taught you the inversion model and taking 1 to 2s? Something to think about. But anyways, we'll go ahead and close it here. There's, your Dow a couple minutes ago reaching above those highs here. So seeing a pullback, that's not, unheard of. But I'm not interested in shorts. I'm not interested in longs. I'm not interested in the metals at all. So knowing that, I'm not going to sit here in front of the charts. Okay, I might, but I probably won't because I want to go read and, do something else. But that's what I have for you today. Okay. So if anything, if you want to set alerts, you can, I guess at 19,115. If you want to set an alert up there. Okay, it's on there. You can, just to see if we get that, but I'm not going to do anything here. Okay? So that's actually a good point. It's a good question, Westbrooks. So I want to make 2 points here for beginners, okay? So point number 1 is every member, even if you're not a member, because I do the live streams for free. I believe that if you're going to learn how to trade, you should also work on your personal development. So the easiest way to do that, in my opinion, there's multiple ways, but one of the easiest ways is to get a copy of The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. So this is 1 page every single day of the year. So it's not a lot of reading, even though you should be a reader, but I know most people aren't and they don't want to. But these are literally less than a page every day. And it gives you Stoic wisdom every single day. Like today's quote was from Seneca. Yesterday was from Seneca as well. Actually, Seneca the last few days. And Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius and others. So it's a good introduction. Again, The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. It's a good introduction to Stoic philosophy. And the Stoics were one of the OGs of personal development. Okay. Now, when you get into that and you want more, of course, I have like, you know, my book page, the wall shelf, and my Instagram, and in the Discord, there's book recommendations. I give a ton of them. But if you want more, one of the first reads I suggest you getting is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Okay, it's not a long book. This is actually an extra copy that I have. This isn't my OG or one of my other 5. I have like 5 or 6 copies, different covers and whatnot. But the Gregory Hayes translation, okay, which is this one. It's the one with the raven on it, okay? And it's from Modern Library. It's like $9 or $10 on Amazon. So getting into personal development, you know, developing as a person is going to help you develop as a trader. And there's more upside than there is downside. So while you're doing that, there's a couple different things you could do. Number one, you could go through the first 90 days PDF, which is also in the Discord, and it's also on the website of the merch website. It's a free download. There's probably more free things than there are paid on the website too, somewhere. If you don't want to do that, I don't know why you wouldn't, but there's another option of the free course I just put out. I literally just put out a free trading course, which isn't done, by the way. I have to continue that because we haven't really talked too much about the psychological stuff in that playlist. But, and I'm also still working on the masterclass. I know I've been saying that for like a year now, but I still have that. I'm still working on that too. And I might tie in both, who knows? But let me see. In the free beginners trading course, yeah, there is 11 videos. So financial markets, instruments, I'll walk you through trading view. I'll give you some terminology, the different types of orders. There, oh, this one's got a couple 500 views almost. There's a technical analysis one, which is your intro to smart money concepts. And then there's a stream that was saved. That was an hour and a half. That was a long stream, but it was a good one. And then there's buy-side price delivery example, and there's inversion examples and more. And then the last video is risk management in trading. So that's a good introduction, I believe, to, you know, trading. Okay. So it's up to you, but that's what I would do. Or maybe do the free beginners series, free beginners course. That shouldn't take you more than a couple of days, and then go into the first 90 days PDF. Okay, so there's a lot to read, there's a lot of content to consume, there's a lot of charts to print and to study, there's a lot of work to be done. And I'm not gonna get on you about not doing it, right? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, you guys don't fucking read, because you don't. But there's nobody is going to care about your career as much as you. No one's going to care. So it's up to you to decide how much you want to study, how many charts you want to print, journaling, you know, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So there it is. Everybody should have Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Everybody should have the Daily Stoic at a minimum, right? Required reading kind of thing. And, you know, that's it. That's what I have for you today. All right. So be blessed. Y'all be good. We'll be here same time, same place on Friday the 13th. Okay. So that'll be our next live stream. The next market review will be tomorrow on the 12th. So that'll come out in the evening time as always. And yeah, so be good, be blessed. Don't do anything stupid. And I'll see you on Friday.
Hustle, what hustle did we?
力